All right. Hello. What's going on? I am. This is going to be the last one from Bohol. Actually, it's basically the last one in that list. After this, I left to go to Leyte. So, yeah, Bohol was cool overall. I really enjoyed Bohol. It was probably well, all the Philippines is great, but Bohol was excellent. It'd be a nice place to live, I reckon. It's got pretty much everything you could want, from in the province areas being really provincey through to and quiet and beautiful and whatnot, through to amazing beaches, not so rocky in a lot of places where a lot of them have really nice proper sand beaches and stuff like that, which is beautiful. It's touristy in some places down in Panglao on that, and Alona Beach and whatnot. So there's lots of like good food and massages if you want that, and all that sort of stuff. Like all the touristy stuff is available, but also the stuff that I like about the Philippines mostly, which is the rurally sort of areas. Yeah, it's good. Overall, Bohol so far has been pretty awesome. The only downside is it doesn't have a proper international airport. The airport on Panglao does fly to Korea, I believe, but outside of that, you pretty much would need to catch a ferry up to Cebu or fly up to Manila to get out of the country. But otherwise, it's pretty good. It's got pretty much everything you could want. So today's one, finally, haircut and whatnot. I'm leaving to go back to the Philippines in, what day is it today? Today is Saturday, so I'm leaving to go back on Wednesday, so 4 days. So I'm looking forward to that. Back to Cebu, and not sure, Cebu and somewhere else. I'm not 100% sure where yet. We'll figure it out when we're there. But yeah, so this video is going to be about just one place that I stayed. It's called Bohol Beach Club. When I was in Bohol, I stayed in relatively cheap, still nice, but as I said, relatively cheap places. And then just for a couple of nights, I stayed at Bohol Beach Club because it's expensive, and I wanted to see what it was like, basically. So I went cheap-ish for most of the time, so that I could have a couple of nights in here at this Bohol Beach Club. Now, Bohol Beach Club, it's quite literally, it's what you think of when you think of these like perfect tropical island resort type places. It's got a beautiful pool. It's got like palm trees all laid out everywhere, just like with grass underneath. It's absolutely stunningly beautiful. It goes down onto like white sand beach into perfect water, and it's just stunningly beautiful. They do have smaller, like individual like smaller rooms, like a normal hotel. I didn't get one of those. I ended up in a bungalow type one, I think, which is the more upper end of the rooms. But that was all they had, so that was what I got. I did get it on a sale, but I want to say that it was more than 300 Australian per night, even on sale. So it's not cheap. Considering most places I've been staying at when I've been around in the Philippines is usually, I aim for around that sort of between $40 and $60 Australian per night. So that was quite expensive, but stunningly beautiful. The room was amazing, like just a huge king size bed, absolutely beautiful, like just really nice layout, big bathroom, good water pressure. I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, but it's important in the Philippines. And just, it's exactly what you'd expect from a 5-star resort. It was amazingly good. And I could not recommend it enough. If you want the type of person that wants to go for a luxury holiday into the Philippines, Bohol and Bohol Beach Club it's a good choice. They limit the amount of people that come in there. I think they allow a certain amount of people in there for like a day pass thing, but generally speaking, if the resort is full, they don't. So it didn't feel busy at all. Like I actually felt like I pretty much had the place largely to myself the whole time. Also, you walk straight out, and you've got the beach there. Now, the beach here it's beautiful. White sand, as I said, beautiful water, and very slowly goes from shallow out until deep. Like you can go a long way out before it's deep. So if you've got kids and stuff like that, it's probably an excellent place to go as well. And the sunsets, I mean, the sunsets everywhere in the Philippines, the sunsets just seem to be amazing. I think I've said this before, but in Australia, in Melbourne anyway, I feel like we get a good sunset, like a really, really good sunset, maybe once or twice every 6 months or 12 months, like not a lot. I feel like in the Philippines, it's maybe not every day, but far out. every 2 or 3 days you seem to have just stunningly beautiful sunsets. If not every day, but almost every day. They're amazing. One of the best sunsets I ever saw was from the beach out the front of Bohol Beach Club. You basically walk out and you turn right, and the sun is sort of setting off to your right. And so I pretty much just sat there with the camera on a tripod doing a time lapse and taking some photos and stuff like that. And I mean, you'll see in the video at some point, I'm going to have the video, I think I've got a time lapse in there which will show as it changes, but the colours, it went from like that sort of orangey pink golden colour down to like an orangey purpley colour to like a pink colour to like a bluey purple colour. Like, it was, none of the colours have been edited, just put it that way, and have a look at how, like, it's amazingly, like, this colour spectrum it goes through was just, it was one of the best sunsets I've ever seen in my life. Probably the stay there was worth it just for that. Now, in saying that, that section of beach, which is kind of, you've got Alona Beach up on the corner, and then there's like, if you come sort of down a bit further from there, not on Alona Beach, because I think that ends, but then there's some, like a, I don't know what you call them, a point maybe? A point, and then around that point is this beach, and this beach sort of runs down further along the south. There is other resorts that you can go to there. You can pay to go and use, and I'm pretty sure there might be some that you can go and just get through and go onto the same beach for free. But generally speaking, it's mostly resorts all the way along there, and they're all private beaches, I think. So you're not really supposed to go to the beaches there unless you're like a customer of those resorts, basically. So it's not as busy, I think, as what Alona Beach was, and the sunset was amazing. The beach is amazing. It's just, yeah, can't recommend it enough. Definitely awesome. They also have a restaurant, and so for like breakfast, you get like a buffet breakfast, which I'll show them there now. You can see all the different foods and whatnot, but it's essentially like your Western style buffet breakfasts where you get bacon and eggs, and someone's making the eggs there for you, and there's cereal and there's fruits and there's meats and there's pretty much everything you could possibly want. The dinners there were nice too, just like a restaurant style sort of place. Somewhat expensive. I mean, when I say somewhat, you're staying there anyway, so you know it's not a cheap place, so the food there is also not cheap. Compared to eating outside anywhere else outside, it's going to be very expensive compared to outside. They had live music both nights that I was there, so you know, you could sit there, have a drink, have some food if you wanted food, but you could just sit there and have a drink and listen to them with the live music and that as the sun was setting, which was pretty nice. And overall, it's good. I would recommend, if you've got the money and that's the type of holiday you're looking for, it's definitely a place I would recommend. The good thing about it is as well, and I'm sure other places in the Philippines are similar, but if you've got kids there, like there's fair few things you can go and do. Like you've got the beach right there. They're like you've seen in previous videos, the tarsiers, like the little monkeys to go and see, which is not too far away, and the chocolate hills, and there's some caves with pools in them you can go swimming in and different things like that. It's not a bad area, I think, to be able to go on holidays with kids. I mean, obviously without as well, but yeah, that place, if you were looking for like a good holiday for, you know, a high-end type of holiday, that would be a nice place to go. Bohol's relatively easy to get to, very nice, beautiful, lots of stuff to do, and Bohol Beach Club is excellent. That's kind of it. I don't really have a lot to go into for this one. I'm, as I said, going overseas in 4 days, so I've got to try and have a couple of other videos I'm going to put out after this one as well. I'm hoping to get done before I leave. Those ones are literally just going to be when I was in Leyte somewhere, and a few times when I was in Leyte, I was riding between this town and that town, and so I just GoPro'd for like 10 minutes of footage of just, so you could see what the roads are like, what the countryside's like, what the different areas of different places within the Philippines look like when you're just going along on the road there. I guess you could almost call it an ASMR one. Not that that's really a thing for me, but I'll put a couple of those videos out over the next few weeks after this one, I believe, just so that there's something that comes out, and yeah, you get to have a look at what it's like if you ever are going to go over there and go on a ride by yourself through Leyte somewhere. Then I'll be back. Anyway, thank you for watching. Comment, subscribe. Please subscribe. There's so many people that watch and not subscribers. I think like 85% don't subscribe. But it'd be cool if you did. But you do you. Anyway, have a good one. See you. Bye. I know. Even when it's raining, this place is still paradise.